Cybersecurity has become a prominent discussion in modern era. Cybercriminals are taking advantage of several vulnerabilities in several systems like Internet of Things devices such as computers, apps, Androids, iPhones, etc. and other things for getting their jobs done. Hackers hack into target devices to get into the victims' bank accounts, personal credentials, etc. for snatching their money, private or confidential documents or data or information. It's really important to learn about the cybersecurity threats or risks in modern era. Along with cybersecurity threats, one must the cybersecurity risk mitigations as well. In this video, I'm going to mention some top cybersecurity trends that are expected to shape in 2025. Cybersecurity is extremely important field these days. Literally everyone who is using the Internet of Things devices such as tabs, computers, iPhones, Androids, etc. must learn about cybersecurity risks and how to mitigate those. Let's try to present some top cybersecurity trends in 2025. The top 10 cybersecurity trends that are expected to shape in 2025 are the AI-powered threats and defenses, the rise of RaaS or Ransomware-as-a-Service, quantum readiness, API security threats, cloud security and identity management, zero trust architecture adoption or ZT adoption, cybersecurity skills gap, security for IoT or Internet of Things and OT or operational technology, insider threat detection, and regulation and privacy. Let's begin with the AI-powered threats and defenses. It's one of the key cybersecurity trends in 2025. Let's talk about the threats. First, cybercriminals are increasingly using the generative AI to craft sophisticated phishing attacks and malware attacks. Let's talk about the defenses powered by AI. Security systems are incorporating AI and ML to detect anomalies, automate responses, and predict future threats faster than before. So these are the AI-powered threats and defenses which have prominent implications in modern era, or to be precise, in 2025. Let's delve into the second cybersecurity trend in 2025, which is quantum readiness. As quantum computing advances, organizations are starting to adopt post-quantum cryptography standards to future-proof sensitive data. Quantum computing has become extremely important in today's technology, as the quantum computing and quantum computers are rising rapidly. Technologists and scientists, organizations, governments are taking advantage of quantum computing and quantum computers, quantum cryptography, for taking advantage in their tasks. The quantum cryptography is basically the quantum computing version of classical cryptography. Quantum cryptography can break the classical cryptographic techniques such as RSA, ECC, etc., or reversed Samir-Edelman cryptographic methods, elliptic curve cryptography methods, and eventually it can break into cryptographic methods. As the cybersecurity threats are becoming prominent these days. Organizations are adopting quantum cryptography standards to future-proof their confidential and sensitive data. It's very important for governments, organizations, or even individuals to future-proof their sensitive and confidential data such as bank account details, personal records, etc. Trying to use the post-quantum cryptography standards. The third cybersecurity trend in 2025 is the RaaS, or Ransomware-as-a-Service, and its rise. Ransomware groups are operating like businesses these days and offering tools. So ransomware as a service, or RaaS, has become very prominent these days, and its rise is continuously being observed. One more cybersecurity trend in 2025 is the ZT adoption, or zero trust architecture adoption by organizations. Organizations are trying to shift the perimeter-based security to zero trust that assumes breaches are inevitable and it verifies every access request. These are becoming extremely important for organizations, governments, or even individuals, particularly keeping in mind modern cybersecurity threats or risks. One more cybersecurity trend in 2025 is the cloud security and identity management. As the hybrid and works are still prevalent, cloud workloads and managing identity and access have become top priority. This is extremely key in corporate and other jobs that are still remote in 2025. Cloud security and managing identity and access have become extremely important. This is a key cybersecurity trend in these days. API security risks are another cybersecurity threats. As more and more applications are depending on APIs, attackers are exploiting the poorly secured endpoints. So this is a very key cybersecurity risk these days. Everyone must be aware of these things. This has become very prominent around the world in recent times. Regulation and privacy expansion have become very important in cybersecurity risks these days. New and evolving data privacy laws such as GDPR, CCPA, and others are pushing companies to become more and more transparent. Privacy expansions are helping companies tackle this and the cybersecurity threats in modern era. The governments, organizations, and or even individuals must need to invest more and more in automation, services, and security training. And there is still huge shortage of skilled professionals in this field of cybersecurity. Cybercriminals are taking the advantages of these vulnerabilities these days, large proportions. So cybersecurity skill gap is a very important cybersecurity risk in modern era, which must be mitigated via more and more investment in automation, MDS services, and security training. Security for IoT and OT devices has become a very key concern in modern era, as the IoT or Internet of Things devices and OT or operational technology devices are often very poorly secured. making them extremely vulnerable to cyber attacks in manufacturing, healthcare, and energy sectors. Insider threat detection has to be key cybersecurity risk mitigation in 2025. As the hybrid workforces are becoming very prominent these days, the insider threats such as malicious, accidental, etc. have become very prominent these days. Governments, organizations, or even individuals must consider the insider threats as a huge cybersecurity threat these days. Both malicious and accidental insider threats can take place. So these are the 10 key cybersecurity trends in 2025. One must consider these cybersecurity threats very highly impactful in modern era and must focus in mitigating oneself these cybersecurity threats. If anyone has queries regarding the cybersecurity trends in modern era, then do comment below.